My body is a temple that I honor with respect and treat like a blessing from above. My mind is the power and foundation I set, made of strength, intelligence, and love. My life is like a canvas, my experience is paint, a work of art I'm proud to display. My soul is God's gift that he bestows without restraint and guides my heart through each day. Lord, grant us the wisdom, fidelity, and pride to clear our own paths to the light. And may we reach our goals with our people in stride who keep the same vision in sight. For when I'm at the mountaintop, the vista is clear, and Africa calls out its refrain. God grant our great people elevation over fear and the unity to reign once again. In the beginning, there was silence. And then a subtle pulse as the atoms of the cosmos collided, divided, aligned, and combined, and provided the mindset for masses of minds. And inside new insides, no violence, inclined to climb from this mind, because I'm a child of the most beautiful and powerful instincts of the species. See these easy scenes bequeath these sounds, movements, and pauses, causes the twittering twitch from pineal to pituitary to pulse to powerful practice. Pitter, pitter, patter on the skins of the brain to inflame the refrain I'm about to be saying. So, as I was explaining, in the beginning, there was silence, broken back by the beat. In the beginning, there was silence, broken back by the beat in the boom of the bang of the drum. In the beginning, there was silence, broken back by the beat snare. In the beginning, there was silence, broken back by the beat snare, the beat in the boom of the bang of the drum. I said the beat in the boom of the bang of the drum. I said the beat in the boom of the bang of the drum. Beat snare, beat snare, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom. To the bang of the drum, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom. To the bang of the drum, pitter, pitter, patter on the skins of the brain to inflame the refrain I'm about to be saying. Pitter, pitter, patter on the skins of your brain, you'll retain this refrain, that's the way that we're made. Pitter, pitter, patter on the skins of the brain, it's amazing the phrase in the brain will retain. Pitter, pitter, patter on the skins of your brain, it's so catchy it'll drive you insane. Boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom, boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom, boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom, boom. To the bang of the drum, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom, beat snare, beat snare, boom boom. To the bang of the drum. In the beginning, there was silence, broken back by the beat. In the beginning, there was silence. And then a subtle pulse as the atoms of the cosmos collided, divided, aligned, and combined, and provided the mindset for masses of minds. And inside new insides, no violence, inclined to climb from this mind, because I'm a child of the beat. So it is an incredible privilege to be here with you this evening. It's an incredible privilege to be part of this anthology, to be part of this community, to have brethren, sistren, as powerful as people like Scruffmouth and Queenie and Tanya Evanson and Jillian Christmas and Jen Conleary, who's sitting in the back thinking like we don't know she's in the book, and other people who are here who have been part of this amazing process, this amazing project. I, for 10 years, have been doing spoken word, and in all of that time, I have never felt as empowered as I did the moment that I received my copies of the book in the mail. So thank you to Queenie and to Kavan for that. I will share with you two more poems. One is, I'm doing this because, as you heard, there has been a death in my family. My cousin's fiance passed away at the age of 26. And my cousin and her son Elijah, 5 months, I have them in my mind and in my heart right now. And it also brings to mind another true story that happened in the history of my family from when I was growing up in Toronto. This was a piece that I performed in the final round of the Canadian Individual Poetry Slam last year. So those of you who are of the slam community will recognize it, but I do this tonight in honor of Michael. Two images battle within my mind. The memory of you smiling into my boyish face, and the memory of you with a look of anger frozen face up in an open casket, gazing upon a world that prematurely stole your breath. You were like shapely clay God breathed into like Eve to spread love far and as wide as an ocean. You bore a life so beautiful, you had to call her ocean. And though single parenthood and mature student life sometimes challenge your resolve, you were still a hero in my eyes. So what happened next still makes little sense to me after all these years. You walked softly, but your softness attracted hard eyes on hard guys who prized your thighs. They'd rise and get hard, and one such guy disguised his false eyes, and why, oh why did you rise to his bait? Hooked you on his lies and consigned you to your fate, but wait. Young Yardie on the run from certain deportation sought refuge in your Discovery Bay. He sweeted you up with saccharine words so he could drill your cavities and root in your canals, find your crown and flip you upside down for a time. You walked in lockstep with him, but eventually saw through his opaque veneer to see true intentions. To keep yourself on the right track, you turned away from the abyss you missed on first inspection, but to my recollection, he didn't like that. So instead of moving on too, you went on the attack. Aggressive if he saw you on the street or by the corner store. You couldn't take anymore, so voice raised in dismissal, you struck back, cracked him slack-jawed on the lips of fate small. I wish you could have seen the danger. I wish that you saw the peril that you were in, but God acts quick when he calls you home. At home with baby in bath, knock, knock. Who's there? Stepped to the foyer with no fear, peeked the peephole where he stood. You answered that knock, knock, popped the lock and tried to talk, but now the flash happens. Back to memories of when you were living in my family's home. Now the flash happens. Back to snapped open, locked in your carpeted doorway. Now the flash happens. Back to memories of your beautiful smile. Now the flash, your smile. The machete, your smile. Machete, smile, faulty carpet seemed to cover an imperial mile. Machete, smile, head barely connected to your bloody profile. Machete, smile, smile. Your feet left the floor as you fell hard to soft carpet where lifeblood pooled like an ocean. Your softness couldn't block hard steel, a cut and a last link to life. And alas, your open eyes face up were empty windows, gazing upon a world that prematurely stole your breath. Shapely clay God breathed into like Eve was swept aside, unhardened by the crimson tide. You came to spread love far and as wide as an ocean, but lost life so beautiful and orphaned an ocean. The memory of you smiling into my boyish face wins the battle in my third eye, flooded with salty tears. Still a hero to me after all these hard years. My eyes were softer then, but now I see your shade clear. It's been a long while since you wore a machete smile. I leave you with one short story. My family immigrated to Canada from England. My mother immigrated here with her parents and her 3 siblings, and it was in an age when immigration still happened on ships. And they sailed from Liverpool, where they had lived for 5 years after leaving Jamaica, and they sailed the ocean blue across the Atlantic and made their first port stop when they reached the North American continent at Quebec City. There was still snow on the ground, much like here in Calgary. And my Uncle Ray, the eldest, saw this and had never seen snow before. And he ran, like just took off like a shot down the plank, down into and like basically dove into the snow. And that was when he discovered that snow is cold and wet. But his other siblings came firing in. My mom, the second oldest, my Uncle Michael, my youngest aunt Maxine. They all went in, and they all became a part of that because it was part of the process that we all go through as Black people here on this continent, here in this country. We are still of this place. And so the final poem I leave you with is the poem that begins with a question that frustrates the hell out of any immigrant or any child of immigrants. The question that they hate most to hear. Where are you from? No. Let me ask that again. I said, where are you from? Because black folks are definitely not Johnny-come-lately. Our contributions are critical, central, and stately. When Champlain claimed New France for the Gaul with the crown, who did he have with him to guide him around but Matthew da Costa, who knew the lay of the land and the languages spoken we know he could understand? But how would he know them unless he got here before the man credited with breaking new ground in our lore? The sheer gall with which power tries to silence, suppress the pain and the triumphs of my people, I guess time is now I say something and make myself clear. My home is here. East York was the place where my life began, at Toronto East General Hospital, by the capable hands of a Polish-born doctor who had a daughter the same age. He and my Jamaican mom watched as both children were raised by people who came to Canada for hope and a chance that their kids would develop the means to advance and have impact and blaze a path curtained in snow in a land where my black ass at 20 below, shivers shaking in shelters to go fight for my due, but now I plow ahead knowing what all of us knew. This nation was snatched from indigenous hands and built by their blood at oppression's commands, disenfranchised, ignored, and whitewashed to submit to the dominant power of the French and the Brits, all the way to today, and the rest benefit from the theft of a livelihood we won't admit, provides a foundation for an immigrant preserve while original peoples live third world on reserves. Now take a walk around downtown Halifax. There's black people there, endured centuries of viciousness, violence, despair, oppressed by their neighbors and the governments of the day. Did you think that those memories would simply fade away? The loyalists, maroons, and Africville stains are notable due to overt glints of chains. Revisionist bigots tried to gloss over those crimes of humanity, held hostage by their odious designs. I remind all those people who think Canada's mosaic is anything but farcical, mythic, and prosaic, that if you scatter a mess and claim that it's beauty, to refuse to clean it up is dereliction of duty. When that's followed by attempts to cover up mistakes, how can we boldly assert that we're better than the states? I declare, those who question my rights to this place, based solely on the color of my skin and my race, have been brainwashed to believe our history is only white. And Laurier, King, and Trudeau held upright are the models our kids must be taught in our schools, in the hope we adults are uncritical fools who revere that old leader who gave Smuts the idea to fleece black South Africans like Jason and Medea and build a golden oasis, an Afrikaan sanctuary based on our racist Indian act. We've duped the unwary to believe King's xenophobia and Trudeau's false construction of a society that justly birthed racial hatred's destruction. That idea is so ingrained it's now treated as a fact that our nation is the world's promulgation of a pact that assures immigrant groups that their vices abroad can be stifled over here. That perspective's a fraud. Black people here can tell you that racism's alive, an encumbering restraint so that it's harder to thrive. So take heed and don't step up and glibly succumb to the urge to ask with arrogance, hey, where are you from? I'm born of this land and it's here that I remain. And the depths of my roots allow me to ascertain without doubt that this land of water, rocks, trees, and ice is exactly where I belong. My forebears paid the price so I can stand here and state with no shame and no fear, my home is here. Thank you.